we sit down with pro skater Lizzie Armanto. Andy learns how to fight like a Jedi. And much, much more. Now, from the Lucasfilm headquarters, it's the Star Wars Show.
Hello, I'm Peter Townley.
And I'm Andy Gutierrez. Welcome to the Star Wars Show, where the props on our set are worth more than our lives.
It's sad, but very true. Let's go to the news.
Last year, StarWars.com produced a live stream during Star Wars Celebration Anaheim, where we gave the fans at home unprecedented access to panels, guests, and events Celebration had to offer.
Which is why the Star Wars Show is very excited to announce that we are doing it again this year.
Yeah! Beginning Friday, July 15th, and concluding on Sunday, July 17th, during the closing ceremonies, we will be streaming the Star Wars Show live from Star Wars Celebration Europe on StarWars.com and our YouTube channel. The stream will be hosted by Peter and me, and we'll host tons of Star Wars celebrity guests, unforgettable panels, including the Rogue One panel presented by Verizon, interviews with Star Wars creators, and most importantly, an opportunity to hang out with you, the fans, during this incredible event.
More details will be coming soon, including a full rundown of our show schedule, so make sure to check StarWars.com in the coming days for more information.
How excited are you?
I'm very excited. First time at Celebration. First time in London.
Celebration is the best.
Excited.
It's gonna be awesome. And while we're on the subject of Star Wars and conventions, this summer marks the 40th anniversary of the very first Star Wars panel from the Mid-Americon in Kansas City, Missouri.
This summer, to celebrate, the World Science Fiction Convention is throwing a Mid-Americon 2, recreating the panel that started it all, including some of the same guests who took part in the first panel. For more information, check out midamericon2.org.
In book news, we are very excited to reveal the cover for the third and final novel in the Aftermath trilogy, Aftermath: Empire's End.
The book, written by Chuck Wendig, is currently available for pre-order and will be available on store shelves January 31st, 2017.
Finally, this week we asked you to tell us what characters from Star Wars you wanted to see turned into action figures. A lot of you had great suggestions, like Kurt Whedon, who said Pablo Hidalgo definitely needs an action figure, which I completely agree with.
Yeah, he could have like a coffee cup accessory.
Oh, naturally. And technically, since he was an extra in Revenge of the Sith named Janu Gudalhi, he's canon.
Well, as it turns out, Hasbro has just announced fan voting on which character from the Star Wars universe should be the next to be created for the super detailed Black series.
Oh. Something. Except for new characters from Rogue One, they are excluded from this contest. Okay. Fan voting is now open at the following websites for the Hasbro Star Wars fan figure vote. And may we humbly submit our votes for Kitster.
Yes, please make a Kitster action figure.
Think of all the cool things he could do. He could have a button that makes him say wizard.
He could have another button that makes him miss high fives.
Oh, high five in action!
No!
Yeah.
So close. For more details on the fan voting, please check out the links in the description.
And with Celebration 2 weeks away and all of the cosplaying I plan on doing, I thought it would behoove me to learn how to properly swing a lightsaber around like Daisy Ridley does, both in the movies and on her wonderful Instagram. So I contacted Ryan Clifford of the Golden Gate Temple Division of the Saber Guild to teach me the ways of the Jedi.
And you went without me.
Sorry.
So jealous.
Hey, Ryan. Andy.
Hey, Andy, nice to meet
How's
you.
it going?
Doing good.
Good. So, what are we going to do here today?
Here's your lightsaber. We're gonna get you started to learn some saber choreography. The basic is the first forward spin. It's a simple forward motion.
Right, like this?
Yeah, you've got that down. Combine them into a figure 8 spin. Do the forward spin just with the blade going behind your back.
Like that. Ow.
You're getting it.
This is going to be a long day, I'm sorry.
To get the full Obi Annie Plum Blossom spin. Forward figure 8 to the front, and then as you come back, rotate it a half turn one more time, then rotate your hips and whip it around the front.
I can do that. I can do that part.
There we go. That's
right.
much better. Kind of what Daisy Ridley did in her Instagram video. It starts with this Plum Blossom spin, and then as she comes around,
Just follows it around.
follows the blade around. There
Like
you
that?
go. You could start adding in other moves, various spins, flourishes, strikes. It's an easy piece that we can throw into a bit of choreography.
We're the 2016 San Francisco 49ers rookie class here at Lucasfilm. And you're watching the Star Wars Show. Hey.
Welcome back. Today we are joined by Lizzie Armanto, one of the top-rated female skateboarders in the world. She just finished up the Summer X Games in Austin, came home with a silver medal, which is amazing. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
You started skateboarding in 2007, so in your short career, you've kind of racked up quite a list of accolades. Can you tell me the story about how you came to wear the R2-D2 swimsuit?
I remember I saw like the R2-D2 swimsuit and I eventually got it, and then like now that I have it, it's like holy, and I'm like I can't ruin it.
But you wore it at a pretty big competition and you ended up winning, right?
Yeah. Dude, I was like scared to wear it there while I was skating because I was like, I don't want to mess it up. Like, I really like it.
So can you tell me a little bit about how you fell in love with Star Wars and how, you know, it's played a role in your life?
I basically just like grew up with it, and just after seeing it so many times, my parents were into it, I was into it. My mom took us out to see the prequel ones when they started to come out.
So as a fan, what characters inspire you?
I thought it was cool how Rey was like, is the main character for the new movie. Her journey of growing up and finding what she wanted to do. She was so set on like, this is my life and this is what it's going to do, and then she goes through all these trials.
That's great. That's like kind of exactly what you're doing right now. So where can we see you competing next?
At the US Open in July, I'm going to be competing at the Vans contest there. That a couple years ago was the one I wore the R2-D2 swimsuit to.
Well, thanks again for coming by. It was so much fun to show you around and surprise you this morning, and best of luck next month at the US Open. And we will be back with more Star Wars Show in just a second.
Matt Lieb here in beautiful Union Square, San Francisco. Now we know all you hardcore fans out there know every little factoid about Star Wars, but what about everyday people? What do they know? What trivia can they answer? Come, check it out. Finish this quote. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to
Death.
hate leads to
Assassination.
hate leads to
Good stuff.
good stuff. That's the thing about hate. Leads to good stuff. What is the name of Luke and Leia's mother?
They had a mother?
Everyone has a mother. Hey, you want to answer some questions about Star Wars? The little tiny bear creatures. Do you remember the name of the creature?
Minions.
Leia says to Han, I love you. And then Han Solo says what in response? How does Han respond?
I know.
And you even did it into the camera. Has someone ever told you I love you before?
Yeah, everybody.
How did you respond to them? Okay. What is the name of Princess Leia and Luke Skywalker's father?
Darth Vader.
Anakin Skywalker, Vader, the Chosen One.
What's his name before he became Darth Vader?
Anakin Skywalker.
You're the secret Star Wars nerd in the bunch. You know everything there is about it.
Hey, I'm trying to, you feel me? Shout out to George Lucas.
Shout out to George Lucas.
This was a very Andy-centric episode.
Hey man, just enjoy that downtime because celebration will break you.
I know, it's gonna be awesome. And speaking of, we want to know what you all want to see during the live stream, so let us know what you're excited for using the hashtag #StarWarsShowLive.
Also next week, we're doing a special preview episode of Star Wars Celebration with a couple of surprises you definitely do not want to miss.
Trust us. And with that, we will leave you. But first, the social media reminders.
All right, I'm gonna see if I can do this in one breath. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel on YouTube, subscribe to our Vine channel, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Google+, and for more Star Wars happenings from around the galaxy, check out StarWars.com or download the Star Wars app.
Impressive. Most impressive. But you are not a Jedi yet.
I'm not what yet?
See you next week.
From Rooster Teeth, Bernie Burns, and Blaine Gibson, we take a trip to the Lucasfilm Company picnic and much, much more. Now, from the Lucasfilm headquarters, it's the Star Wars Show.